Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be doing the show me what's on your camera roll challenge that was on Instagram so much in December, but I'm going to be doing a Disney edition because let's face it, that's what you guys want to see anyway. So I put up my Instagram box poll thingy. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Emily's Wonderland, like everything. And I'm just gonna go through and show you some Disney photos because I take so many photos. I think on my two programs, because I did two Disney cultural exchange programs, they both were 3 months, and I think I took like 4,000 photos of both of them, so I have a lot of things to share. Okay, so the first one someone said was, what's your favorite costume that you wore when working at Disney World? It has to be the Christmas store costume that I wore in It's a Wonderful Shop in Hollywood Studios. I only got to wear that costume twice, but I was living for it each time. That red skirt was so pretty, the little necktie, and they were both long shifts, I think like 10-hour shifts, and the whole time it's just like putting out decorations, listening to Christmas songs, smelling pizza because Mama Melrose's is just next door and the smell kind of drifts in, and asking guests all day where they're going to spend their holidays, and then them being like, do you not get sick listening to Christmas songs in July? And I said, absolutely not, I am living for this. This is where I'm supposed to be. Especially because in contrast, the other two costumes that I wore on my college program were not what you think of when you think of working at Disney World. Like, I loved them, like especially the blueberry with a little like yellow necktie, but it wasn't exactly the magical thing that you expect. Someone said your favorite food or snack. This is hands down the carrot cake cookie, but I can only find one photo of me actually with the carrot cake cookie. I'll put it here, but this is from when I just started my second program, and it was our second full day in the parks, and of course I got this just before Fantasmic, so that is a tradition. I did that so much on my first program, like I would just clock off of work, go get the carrot cake cookie, go to Fantasmic, have a fun time. So I did that, but yeah, the photo is kind of crusty and not my favourite, so another reason to just go back to Disney to get a better photo of me with the carrot cake cookie. Then someone said random or awkward photos. There's quite a lot of those, just asking for like rares or something, things I don't really post online. So I'm just going to insert a bunch from my most recent trip with Miss Fiona in August of 2019, and we were just full and delirious on that trip because we had a week to pack everything in. We were jet lagged, we were running off sugar and caffeine and magic, and yeah, that's kind of the realities of a Disney trip. It's not all posing for Instagram pics. Someone said your favorite day working. I think I have two of these. The first one was when I worked in Bonjour Gifts in Fantasyland right at the end of my second program, because it was just a complete dream come true. I got to speak to little princesses all day who were going to go to be our guests, be surrounded by Beauty and the Beast artwork and merchandise, and be right next to Gaston's Tavern with the cinnamon rolls. And the costume was so pretty. It had like two parts. I thought it was going to have like a detachable waistcoat and stuff, but a lot of the time when you see these Disney dresses, it's just like a top and a skirt. Don't get me wrong, it was so heavy, but I just felt so happy in it and just got to do my little spins and turns. It was 3 days before my program was up, I think, so to get that in right at the end was a dream come true. Also at the end of that shift I got to watch the fireworks happily ever after with one of my best friends, Lois, from the program. She came to see me and I got to stand outside and fully just watch the fireworks with no guests or anything, and it was wonderful. I can't believe I got paid to do that. And then my other favourite day working was actually in Mouse Gear, I think. This is one I can think of. And I just had an amazing day at Epcot with a few of my friends. We went around the World Showcase, rode Frozen, we went to Via Napoli for that huge half-meter pizza. And then I remember being like, I'm gonna go to work now, but I'm not like, oh, I've got to work. Like, I'm so excited to go in and have this shift in Mouse Gear because of my honorary home location for my second program. We won't get into that too much. I got to pull the stock assist or something like that, floor support. You basically go around to all of the 4 or 6 registers around Mouse Gear, you collect their hangers, you arrange them into sizings backstage, you collect the tags, like the security tags, you detach them, you get all the package pickups, you process them, and it's just such a methodical position. Like, you just go around, do your loop, go backstage, and then you start again. And that was 6 hours of fun, and my friends came to see me on that shift as well, and I love Mouse Gear so much. It was such a homey, comforting vibe. Favorite Disney World breakfast has to hands down be the Grand Floridian Cafe for the Mickey waffles and the accompaniment plates. It speaks for itself. Like, they are just so good and also so aesthetically pleasing. I went there after I just found out I had a first in my university degree on my second program, so me, Lois, Kira and Megan went, and we got all the accompaniment plates, got this photo that I love, and it was so fun. And then I also went there with my whole family when they came out to visit in late July time, and the day before my brothers and their girlfriends slash fiancés flew home. We all went there together and had the best spread ever, best breakfast ever. Favorite outfit you've worn to the parks has to hands down be the first day when I was in Magic Kingdom back in August 2019 with V, and I wore this like gingham pink dress with the rose gold ears. I had the rose gold backpack, and it was just a magical fairy tale princess vibe. I don't often be like, oh, I looked good there, but like kind of did. Ooh, someone has said worst Disney snack. Can't really think of like a bad snack. Oh, actually, worst Disney snack is going to be that apple sauce packs they give you with the kids meals. I hate them, and Miss Fiona took these photos of me on the first day we were in the parks after Traditions in 2017. Clearly I'm not loving those apple sauce packs. While we're on the topic of food, favourite quick service, grilled cheese not allowed. How dare you? Grilled cheese at Woody's lunchbox is my favourite, but if we're not doing that, let's go for Pecco's Belle, because you can, well, not right now, but you can go to that salad bar and get all the different toppings, basically every second meal. I always pay for the kids' rice bowl and get the grilled vegetables, and then I just have so much salsa and lettuce, and it is a very fun time. And it's very affordable as well, so if you're in Magic Kingdom and you don't mind Mexican food, I would 100% recommend going there. It's definitely not like authentic, but I really like it. I would go there all the time on my program. Someone said a photo not made for the gram. Yeah, this one definitely was not taken for the gram, but I remember coming back from my shift after working at One Man's Dream, and my friend Lana just found it kind of hilarious, the costume I was in, because it's like these black trousers which aren't very attractive, and the waistcoat, and it just looked so weird on me. I don't know why. The boxy cut of it, it just wasn't the most flattering. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm gonna show it this one. This is when me and Fee met Kylo Ren on our first program, and we didn't really know anything about Kylo Ren, even though we worked at Tatooine Traders. We didn't really have a clue, and the photos are so awkward. We literally just walked in and then took the photo, and then he just said, "You can go now." It was so awkward, and you can see it on our faces. Oh, okay. You at your lowest on your program. Controversial. I've gotta put in this one with me and Lois on the carousel. It looks like a very magical time, and you know, thriving. We're in Magic Kingdom, what could go wrong? It's just before work, we're having a great time. But just before this, we'd gone to a breakfast at the Wave at the Contemporary, and we'd gone with a group of girls, and one of the girls in that group just kind of decided she didn't like us anymore, even though we'd hung out with her from the first day, and she wouldn't even look at me and my friend during the whole breakfast, and she wouldn't even acknowledge that I had talked. So that was fun. That was really nice for, like, you know, another cast member. I don't really know what I did wrong there, but yeah, me and Lois then went into Magic Kingdom after this breakfast and rode the carousel, but we both were kind of just like bummed out, and we were like, this isn't what you kind of expect. You think everyone's gonna be really lovely and friendly and want to get on, but in fact that girl kind of turned that experience into something that wasn't very fun. Yeah, so there was that. I then went to work at the Soarin' exit shop store, and it was so hard to find backstage. There was literally no signage, and I was just wandering around in the heat, and I felt like I was gonna cry, and it was just a very emotional, overwhelming day. So I took these selfies of me in my costume, but I wasn't all that happy. The shift was actually really chill, and I really liked it. I met a really lovely American girl there while working, but yeah, that day wasn't the best. And then in terms of the best day on my program, that has to be the day that I did the Keys to the Kingdom tour with my sister and my mum. My family were out for like a good 2.5 weeks during my second program. That's why they're cropping up a lot in these memories. I woke up in the Grand Floridian because I used my 50% off cast member discount, went down to have breakfast overlooking the Seven Seas Lagoon, seeing Magic Kingdom in the distance. Then we went to Magic Kingdom and we checked in for our Keys to the Kingdom tour. We had a little bit of time to wait, so we spent some time on Main Street, then did the tour, which was just like a 6-hour history session in Disney, which obviously is my complete thing. We had like the Whisper unit, got an amazing pin, like it was just perfect. And then after that we went back to the Grand Floridian, sat on the balcony with my mum for a bit and just looked over the lagoon and thought, what a perfect day. And then got changed and ready for dinner, went to 900 Park Fair and met obviously the Cinderella characters there. Then we went to Magic Kingdom again to watch Happily Ever After, and then closed it out, me and my sister being the last ones on Main Street taking these perfect magical photos. And that was just a dream in a nutshell. Yeah, I don't know how anything could ever top that kind of day. It was just perfection, and I treasure it forever. Okay, so I want to set a photo that's not as magical as it looks. More tea, people just love the tea. So this is kind of a situation. When I was on my program, I was supposed to graduate back home in the UK, and then obviously I was in Disney, so like, what an alternative. But we'd arranged to go to Crystal Palace for breakfast with me, my parents, my sister, my brother and his girlfriend, and it was going to be so fun. But then my other brother and his girlfriend weren't going to come, and they were staying at a different resort, I think, and they basically didn't get to the buses in time to get there at the same time as us to Magic Kingdom. They were never coming to the breakfast, but basically I was checking them in using my guest passes for free at the front entrance, so they basically just came late because they missed the bus. And then we went to Crystal Palace and we were having this breakfast and it was all cute, and then I get the text from them that they can't check in at the front gate because they have their guest passes, but I need to physically be there. And I had to basically sprint up to Main Street, check them in, and then sprint back down, because just as I'd left the restaurant I saw that Winnie the Pooh was coming, and once the characters have arrived at your table, they don't normally come around a second time during that dining period, so I didn't want to miss Winnie the Pooh because he's like my favourite. So yeah, I literally had to sprint there and then sprint back, and I was just feeling all flustered and emotional because I wanted this to be like a perfect moment of me meeting Winnie the Pooh, but he gave me the nicest hug and the photo is really cute. Anyway, but yeah, that just shows that you really do not know what's going on in a photo or what happened before it. And then another one I'm thinking of actually is this photo that I took in Toy Story Land, and I'm having like a Jessie bound, so obviously it looks really happy and magical, but we tried to take this photo like 3 or 4 different times because the Toy Story Land lighting is trash. And we kept going back and like changing because I obviously wore that outfit just for the photo. I know I'm a basic Disney gal, get over it, but we kept trying to take that photo and it wasn't going right, and I have so many outtakes, and eventually we got the shot and it looks really fun and I really love how it turned out. But honestly, bless Fave for putting up with me and keeping going back to that spot because I would have just been like, no. After that we went to get the carrot cake cookie and I fully was like, this one is on me, I am paying for it, because I'd kind of put her through the ringer to get that photo. She probably doesn't even remember that, to be honest, but I do. Someone just said the most emotional day. Obviously it's going to be the last day of the program. I'll just insert this cute crying selfie here of me and my friends because it was a time. Proper bawling on the hub grass. Favourite Mickey shaped snack? I've realised how many photos I have with that darn pretzel. I love the pretzel so much, but like every time I get it I feel the need to take a photo, so let's just insert a bunch of those there. Someone had said Fantasmic. I'm gonna insert a couple cute photos here because this was the first time I ever saw Fantasmic and we just looked like such babies. It was like June 2017, we looked so young and fresh faced and we had no idea what was gonna hit us, and also how much I would love these girls forever and just stay with them, and they'd still be my best friends to this day. So those photos make me all kinds of emotional. My sister said, one of you being friends with Belle. I dressed up as Belle for the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and it was a very fun time. There were some little kids who kept like looking at me thinking that I was Belle, which was a big ego boost because I am not pretty enough to be friends with any kind of character. Like even when we were in Columbia Harbour House, this little kid kept looking around and staring at me because I was just kind of like eating my sandwich. It's probably like, why is Belle eating a sandwich in this restaurant? So yeah, it was a very fun time and I loved it a lot. You were the park icon. Once upon a run. This was after we went to the Frozen sing-along together and I just met her for the first time. She was the absolute sweetest soul, and then we took this photo. Bron posted it on Instagram later that night and I was already asleep at that point because I was jet lagged, and I woke up to so many notifications, people commenting on that photo being like, 2 icons, this is a DCP crossover episode, and everyone was being so nice and I was completely overwhelmed by the response to that and how much people loved it. So I can't wait to hopefully go back in December and take another photo together because Bron is just the sweetest and I would like to spend more time with her, please. You are your most sleep deprived on your DCP. I have a few photos of these, just ones of me on the bus on the way home where I'm just kind of like dead, but I do have a couple actually really funny ones that again you probably wouldn't know, but there was that whole time when my phone was completely destroyed by a rainstorm. I have a whole story time about that down below. It took me 2 hours to get back from my shift to the hotel, and then I was exhausted and also completely emotional because my phone was destroyed and I barely slept that night. Then we went to Mall at Millennia the next day to get a new phone and we went to Cheesecake Factory, and in this photo I'm completely shattered. I do not want to go on. I'm just done. And then also, never talked about this one, but then there was a time when we were at Universal, so when my family were out, I felt this pressure that I had to basically do a whole park day with them and then go work in the evening because most of my shifts were like 5 to 11 or 6 to 12 or even 6:30 to 12:30, so I would spend the whole day with them and then go do my shift. So obviously this was a great arrangement. I got to see them loads and spend a lot of time with them, apart from how it kind of added up over time and I was completely exhausted and just needed a break. And we were at Universal for the 2nd day in a row, I think, and we've been to Magic Kingdom the day before that, and we were walking to the Mummy and suddenly I just started crying. My sister was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I'm just exhausted, I just need a break. And I don't even know if I went on the Mummy after that. It was kind of that breaking point when you're just like, I'm shattered and I can't just keep up this super happy facade. Like, you're all on vacation, and then when I leave the park day, you go back to the hotel room and relax and then get changed and go out for a nice relaxing dinner. I have to go work for 6 hours on my feet, maybe longer. So yeah, it was kind of like a moment of like, I need to get this balance a little bit better, and I think I did after that, but it was, yeah, it was a moment. Ooh, something normal guests wouldn't get to see. What photos do I share of that? Oh, okay, this one's funny. This one was the TransStar buses, the infamous buses that take you from housing to the parks or wherever you're working. And for some reason, on August 14th, it said happy holidays. Don't really know why that was. What else do I have? Oh, this was from when I was, yeah, so everyone knows I didn't really work at Walt Disney a ton. I traded all my shifts, but it just so happened that one of the few days that I worked there, they were going out free Mickey sandwiches. So that was fun. We got a little like note card with it saying, working with you is a treat. They're pretty like, who is this, you know, EHH girl picking up the shift and getting a random ice cream sandwich? No, technically it was my home location, but we moved. To have a bunch of like empty park pics of just taking them on the way out of the park, or of empty stores. Oh, and also casting. A lot of people don't see inside of casting, but I had to go there to hand in my old blue ID for traditions. So yeah, got to go in there and see the little sculptures. That was fun. And all of the doorknobs there are like the Alice in Wonderland doorknob, which is so cool. Oh, I have a bump out slip photo. Yeah, I have so many just like random photos that are fun to look at. You on your favorite ride. I don't feel like I have a ton of me on rides because I'm normally just riding. I do have this one of me on the People Mover, which is just a full-on M 2017 vibe. I had that Lost Bros t-shirt, I had my black high-waisted shorts, my flimsy little ears that I had from Etsy, just full on thriving, doing my best. Oh, okay, so one to finish on, which is kind of sweet. You on the first day of your first CP and the last day of your second CP. Let's just have a few little trips down memory lane and just share some photos. This was me at Traditions in 2017. I look like a baby. Like, I can't get over how young I look in this photo and just so naive, so sweet. Then we have first day in costume, or maybe the second day. I think this was me going to my second proper day in costume. So that is me taking a little selfie, Lana's feet in the background. Then we have me and Fee in the changing room looking fly in those costumes. Then we have me and Fee actually working. Lowry took that on Snapchat. I wish I didn't have like the font over the top. I don't have the original photo, but it's so cute and so many memories to look back on. This was the first day when we do the big Walmart shop and everyone goes crazy and has to buy everything they need for the next couple of weeks, and it's insane. You have to try and take it all back to your apartment and it's just craziness. I took purple wool pics after Traditions on with my program, so that's a little comparison of those ones. And then what about the last day I was in Magic Kingdom? On my last trip. We love to see it. I feel like I've been filming for so long now. This is just turning into me reminiscing and just looking at all my old photos, which I do far too much. So I think I'm going to stop there. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below any other video suggestions or ideas, and subscribe for more fun magical content. It's magical as I can make it right now because pandemic. Also, it's snowing right now, but it's not settling. It's just that kind of annoying, like wispy, drifty, like icing sugar's been dusted on the grass, but like we would like a bit more of it, please. Yeah, that is all from me. Also, I feel like it's new like kind of setup. I kind of had to do the best I could because the lighting is trash right now. If you like this, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!